One-ups, my good friend Mish, to you. And, Gabe and bless it, many gamings in your future. May your coins be ever golden. From now until Fallout. Amen. Welcome to Link Cable. Sorry you can hear my air conditioner. I didn't think you would be able to hear that. It's hot. It's a scorcher out there, folks. And in here, we've only got the coolest, the suavest games. And there's gaming. I do. I like them. Because I have the ability to mute the music in my game and just have sound effects, that's what I did. over and over and over. So, my friends, welcome to Season 10. Season 1.0. The big 1.0, the big 1.0. And we're back. You really don't. If you desperately need to watch the first season, I have good news. There's highlight reels where you can watch just the funny parts. We have purposeful funnies ready for you. Excuse me. I'm sorry I just drank a big sody pop to give me the energy for the show. I think I've fixed the noise problem for now. Problem. Do you want to, like, play the video games? Do you want to talk about the video games? I think we can get started. Okay. Behold, 2 video games at once. Oh my god.
What?
I've had you muted on stream the entire time.
No! Are you serious? I made so many funny jokes! How come none of you said anything?
I'm about to be strung up.
How come all 5? Go back! Go back! We're redoing the intro.
We're redoing it.
We're redoing the intro.
We're redoing it. I'm going back. Shush. We're on pre-stream now. Don't say anything.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay. Shh, sorry.
Okay, are you ready?
Okay. I'm ready when you are.
Okay. 1-ups to you.
You.
Fuck.
Oh, fuck. Oh,
no. No.
We gotta go again.
Shit.
All right. We're doing it again.
Oh, no. Okay.
Oh, no. A big announcement.
Don't worry about that. Oh, everything's going wrong.
Or was it a special announcement? What did we say that was?
Don't worry. Shh. It's pre-stream.
Okay.
We don't talk on the pre-stream.
Sorry. Here, I'll be the music, okay?
You're gonna...
Beep, boop. Bleep, blorp, bleep, bloop. Skeetle, bottom, blop, bloop, bleep, bloop, bleep, blop.
Okay, is that it?
Yeah, the music's over, so it's time for you to start.
Okay, perfect. No, that's good, actually. Yeah. 1-ups to you, Mish.
And wall chickens to you as well.
And Gabe and Blessed, many gamings in your future.
May the Triforce be with you always.
May your coins be ever
and
golden.
And your scores ever high.
From now until Fallout.
Forever and ever.
Amen.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Link Cable 1.0, Season 10. Ha ha ha.
We realized that we needed to do it all over.
Yeah, so the whole thing that I was saying now and not earlier because it's the first intro of the show is that you don't have to go rewatch the old seasons because I might not be funnier or more cognizant now, but I am older. So who knows what we said in those seasons? Probably nothing problematic, but also who knows if we did anything funny? Go watch our highlights on YouTube.
We have highlights on the Cable 2 YouTube channel, and that's the best way. Instead of watching the old crusty VODs from 2 years ago, You can watch
Yeah.
the first season entirely through highlights of just the funny things that happened that we
And you
said.
can honestly, I think one thing that you can say about Link Cable is that our production values have gone through the roof.
Through the
since-
fucking roof.
Yeah, the roof is off.
We've got
we're the-
animations now. We have
you know,
models. We have
and we
shading.
get our intro. We get our intro right on the
We
first
knock our
time.
intro out of the park every single
Every time.
episode with no
Every
problems.
time. No issues whatsoever.
So, yeah, you don't want to watch those first couple seasons because they were definitely so rough. We were so amateurish back then.
Yeah, but now we're professionals.
We run a tight ship around here.
Yeah, honk. Sorry, that's not the. What's the like a boat horn? Yeah, well, wait, it cut off. At least it cut off on Discord. I don't know if the stream heard it.
Atch. Mine's
I'm
Zuit
hearing pieces of a honk.
It goes Atch. Mine's of it in case or Vanderschatten.
Welcome, Link Cable.
Welcome. It's season 10, or as we like to call
10.
it, season 1.0.
Season 1.0.
Or as we like to call it, Thursday.
Or as we like to call it, Wednesday. Or as I like to call it, Thursday.
I like to call it Thursday. Thursday has always been my favorite day of the week.
Yes. I have not. I have.
You've what?
Worked on Thursdays if
There
I've
you
had to work.
Mish, don't get your internet cut out now. If it's my internet going out, I'm going to be even more upset because my internet went out 2 days ago. Folks, Mish has died. Everyone put an F in chat for my co-host Mish, who died. We're gathered here in memorial of the 10th season of Link Cable and in memorial of our friend Mish, who died.
I'm right here.
Welcome back.
I've been here. I
You
didn't
disappeared
go
for like a
anywhere.
minute and a half.
No, I kept yelling at you. I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, well, I and the chat didn't hear a peep out of your drinky bird beak.
Well, blame
You were talking
Xfinity
about Thursdays.
Wi-Fi.
Xfinity.
They've always been my day off,
Fuck
even if I've worked. Like, I work sometimes on Thursdays. I'll do gigs, but I will never. Thursdays are always a day off for me. So
Thursdays are
That's
a day
why I like
on for
Thursdays.
me on Link Cable. Only on, always on Cable
always
2.
on.
Do you want to talk about games?
Well, I'm checking for outages in my area. No, I'm testing the speed to my gateway because apparently, I don't know, my internet. I'm literally sitting next to my router.
My internet went out the other day, and I can only assume it's because it's so hot that the wires melted. I keep seeing videos
right now,
of roads in the city that I live in that are literally like buckling upwards, breaking the roads because it's so hot.
apparently I'm getting 109% of my planned speed right now,
Well, it better stay that way.
which is a lot of it. So it says that I have it says that I have strong Wi-Fi, but I guess it can say whatever it wants.
That's true. It can. Let's play some gaming.
Yeah, anyway. Infrastructure not doing great because of heat. Happy Link Cable Season 10 anniversary. Happy Link Cable Season 10 anniversary to you, Cole, one of our longtime fans and friends.
One of our longest time fans of Link Cable. Do you want to talk about how Link Cable works? You want me to do
No,
it?
that's like your thing. I was gonna say that's like your thing.
To complete the callback to Season 1, yes, Cole, you're correct. To complete the callback, I'm going to explain how
My name's
all of
already
this
set
works.
up. You've already set up my name. I'm
Yeah, I
already in
forced
here
your
as
name to be
Dinky.
Dinky already.
Hell yeah.
Can you look on your Dinky trainer card to see how much money I gave
No.
you?
Hold on. How do I go back? Hey!
Hey!
Also, wait, is this saying that I've beaten 7 of 8 gyms already?
No.
Who are these people? Why are these people here?
I think it's just showing you that these are the people you have to beat.
Oh.
That's what they look like.
Who are you people?
Who are you? Sorry, that was
Who
loud.
are you?
Who are you?
Okay, tell the fans about Link Cable.
Link Cable is a show in which the two of us, Quinn and Mish, play 2 separate single-player games. In this case, I'm playing Rogue Legacy on the left part of the screen. Mish is playing Pokémon Blue on the right side of the screen. And we have linked them together using a magical link cable that is secretly called the Archipelago Game Randomizer to shuffle all of the items in our games together such that a chest in Rogue Legacy could contain items for Pokémon, and a reward for Pokémon or gym battles could contain items for Rogue Legacy. Isn't that neat? I think it's
Yeah.
neat. We think it's
I
neat.
do.
We did a show for 10 seasons all about it.
Yeah. I also just realized I could change my Discord status to Link Cable right now to see if that brings in the fans. Or if they don't know what that means.
Listen, the fans, the real fans, already here.
It's true.
I thought I
that's the two
turned my
of us.
music off. I forgot to.
And that's the two of us
Music
and
is
Cole.
now gone. Yep.
And
The
Christopher.
biggest fans of Link Cable are here for every single episode,
Single
and that's
episode.
because the biggest
us.
fans are us. Wouldn't
Apparently
be making the
Homeless
show
Girl,
if I
remember
wasn't
her?
its biggest fan.
Yeah, exactly. Professor Oak is not next door. That's next door, and that's. Oh yeah, Dinky and Donkey. That's right. Ha 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 ha.
This is a show for only fans.
Yeah.
That's not true. This is a show for everybody. You don't even have to pay to
Yeah, you
become
don't-
a fan of this
and
show.
you also don't even have to like this show to watch the show, which is so great about
You
it.
don't have to like the show to watch it, and you don't have to pay to like the show.
Yo, Dinky, Gramps isn't around. Where's Professor Oak? Where am I supposed? Okay, I forget how the progression of this goes. I guess I go this way, right? And then it's like, wait, come back. Yeah.
Wait, you idiot! You can't go!
Press the button to get the Pokemon.
Stop! You cannot go in the wild grass! There will be Pokemon attacking you! Press the A button to select your Pokemon. We've been watching the Wayne Radio TV Robot Alchemic Drive. VOD.
What's the name of that like specific kind of power that he always talks about?
Use the Hawken laser.
The Hawken laser. My favorite was a special civilian might get hit.
You made it to the special civilian part.
I made it to the special civilian.
Not to like just talk about some other stream to make you all
we
think
do
about,
have to,
but like it's
we do have
funny
to
as
stop doing
fuck.
that, because we have to see what the 3 random starters are.
Yes,
Vulpix,
that's the fox Pokemon.
Shelter,
The bivalve Pokemon.
and what did you just send me?
Earthquake.
Nice.
Nidoran
And
female.
Email.
The
the
poison
poison
pin Pokemon.
Chat.
Chat. Quickly, quickly. Vulpix, Shelter,
Vote on your
or
vote.
Nidoran female.
Vote on your phones.
I have a feeling. I have a hunch of who chat is gonna pick. I've already died. Christopher says middle, which would be Shelter?
Shelter.
Cole says, hold on, doing research. Great. Cole, I wouldn't expect you to have to do research for Pokemon. Don't you just know everything?
Remember when I didn't know anything about Pokemon, and now I know a lot about Pokemon, and I realized I own like 100 Pokemon cards that I don't want anything to do with anymore, so I will be I will be becoming a Whatnot streamer. Speaking of which, Whatnot? Dangerous as fuck.
The hell does that mean?
It's a streaming service where people just sell you stuff, and that's the whole thing, and then you swipe a button to bid on things, and then it's just like your credit card gets charged and it shows up to your house.
That's so gross.
It's really disgusting. My friend was like, you should try it. And gave me $15 on it. So then I spent $15 of my own money and then $15 of promotional money. And I was like, actually, I feel disgusting.
Ew.
So, deleting that app.
Cole says the earliest stone you can get is the Moonstone, so Nidoran female would make the most sense. But it's a randomizer, so that could all... Yeah, it goes out the window.
Yeah,
the items are moved around, Cole. I could give you the item finder.
Nah, if I'll do that in episode 2. I think I'll pull up the map.
There's an item in Pokemon called the item finder that I could give to you.
Well, I could also pull up the quick map or whatever it's called within Archipelago.
The pop tracker, I believe.
Yeah. I am going to pick the Shelter because Christopher was the only one who gave a definitive.
That's fair enough. I was expecting chat to say, here's to the ladies, and pick Nidoran female, but...
That's fine.
Shelter is the silliest guy. Cole is correct.
Yeah. What's Shelter's nickname gonna be?
Name him Leonard.
I got it. No, it's okay. I got it. We still are going to respect women, even though we didn't pick the marked Pokemon who is female. We don't know Shelter's gender. So this is Slay Queen, you know?
Slay Queen, okay. For a second, I really thought that you were about to type in, because Shelter is like a clam, or bivalve, that's what it said?
Yeah.
I really thought you started typing SLA, and I thought you were gonna put slammin' clams, and I'm like, that's a little graphic for Link Cable.
No, we're doing
I'm
Slay
with
Queen.
it. I'm down with it.
Because I didn't pick the Nido Queen, so you know. We'll do Slay Queen. Shelter's the silliest guy, and Misha's the silliest guy. That's true. Slam and Clam would be good, but I also like that now I can just yell, Slay Queen, slay!
You do like saying that a lot.
I don't say it as much as many other gay people do. I also say it ironically a lot.
Ah, irony.
Ah, irony, the death of all humor. Wait, is withdraw the one where you just leave? Or is it the one where you go within your shell?
The Pokemon tries to leave and swap out for a different Pokemon in your party.
Well, it was not successful.
Maybe I'm wrong.
No, it looks like it just made my defense go up.
See, Cole knows this.
See, I... Again, was considering at one point getting into the card game, did not do it, bought all the stuff to get into it. We'll be trying to get an ROI and or give this to small children. What did you just give me?
That was the TM for Rock Slide.
Hell yeah! I don't think that Slay Queen can learn that.
Baton Pass is the one that I was thinking of, apparently.
Oh yeah.
I thought there was another one.
But yeah, now I know a lot more about Pokemon in general. Because I played this, and I also... Yeah, again, just know more about the card game. Speaking of which, as we've spoken about previously, that I do We were talking about this a little bit pre-stream, that I've been having an issue at work as of late. Nothing actual real. I would not talk about my real life issues or work on a stream. But I think I've mentioned that I work in a gaming space. A space associated with gaming.
And gamers.
And gamers. And I've run into an issue. I don't know if you knew this. Many gamers, statistically, are men.
Ugh.
You know, that's its own
Ugh.
issue. Also, many men, statistically, have the same names.
That's true.
And people keep asking me, like, oh, have you met John? Or Brian? Or Matt? I have met 50 John and Brians and Matts and Tylers, and if people ask me if I know one of them, I always feel guilty, because it's like I probably do, but I just don't know which one. Because there are too many of them. And they're hard to parse out in my brain.
Folks, I just took a character with the nostalgia trait, so my game is gonna look annoying for a bit, but it's okay. Yeah. It's okay because she's gay. She's also gay.
Hell yeah. What's that Willem Dafoe meme where he's like, yeah, he's gay, he likes classical music?
No clue.
I love that guy.
Cole suggests that if someone asks if you've heard of John, they're probably talking about John Madden.
Oh yeah, you're...
At the gamer store?
Yeah, you're so right.
They love talking about John Madden at the store where you can buy Magic the Gathering cards.
Yeah.
When is the Magic the Gathering NFL collab coming out? Everyone has been asking for it.
Next is Space, and then after Space is Spider-Man, so... And Sonic is coming in the next couple of weeks.
It is Sonic's 30th anniversary.
Yeah, and they're doing some Sonic cards.
Awesome. I'm kind of just sucking shit at my game.
Well, I've made it to the town over, and I haven't fought a single Pokemon yet.
Oh, you gave me a blueprint. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, I have lots of money, so I'm buying lots of Pokeballs and Ultra Balls, because I'm not... This is a randomizer hitting a Nuzlocke, baby. We're getting all these guys.
Damn it. Madden video game.
John Madden.
I don't even... Madden isn't even a video game anymore.
No, not anymore.
I'm pretty sure they got rid of Madden. Now you can just play EA College Football. People like EA College Football, but it doesn't have John Madden on it.
I will talk about a funny call that I got at work, because it's not discerning in any way. Somebody called, and they were like, hey, hope you're having a good day. I wanted to check in on... Wait a minute, I'm so sorry. I didn't ask who you were. Oh, no, wait, actually, I didn't say who I was. And I was like, uh-huh. They were like, I'm Darrell. I was like, hi, Darrell. And then they went on to be like, and who are you? And I was like, well, you called this place. And they're like, oh, yeah. Well, I don't have in the system what your name is, but... and then they asked the question that they had. But it was very funny to just pick up the phone and just have someone process how a phone call should work while on the phone with me.
It's easy to forget.
Yeah. Me when I call visitors. Hello, my full legal name is X. Your turn.
Your turn. The next time I have to call somewhere, I'm gonna be like, "My name is Quinn, and I like long walks on the beach. What do you? What do you like?" What they don't tell you is that the telephone is the original dating app. You can meet all kinds of people on the telephone.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the next time I pick up the call someone, I'm gonna say, "Hi, I don't know who this is, but wait a minute, you don't know who I am."
Exactly.
What you give me?
Probably a TM. I wasn't even paying attention.
Yeah, probably a TM I can't use. Horn drill? I hardly know drill.
Ah, too bad.
Yeah, seems like a funny guy.
Hey, do you know where the,
Yeah. Oh, fuck, did you give me poison or whatever?
Do you know where the Pokemon Center is?
Yeah, literally 10
you're
feet
poisoned.
over here.
You're poisoned now.
Yeah, it's right here. A flashing warning. Did we put that on the stream?
It's Pokemon. Yeah.
We'll make sure to do that for this other one, because I, for one, don't like flashing.
I prefer to keep my clothes on in public. That's the kind of highbrow humor you can expect on our show.
Yeah.
Oh, I found a HM1 cut.
Ah. Well, I still don't think Shelter can do anything about that.
Yeah, but you're gonna need it.
I will need it, yes. I don't know why I said I lost what I was gonna say.
I'm trying so hard to, like, focus and not play like an idiot, because I need at least 500 gold before I die in order to,
I'm trying
like,
to
progress.
Figure out. Cole asked if I could catch a pocket monster yet. Here we go. I was gonna say, I'm still waiting to... A Ditto!
Holy shit! I love Ditto.
I love Ditto too. He's saying hi!
He's got such a kind face.
Oh no, Ditto's the Shelter.
What?
I'm gonna Ultra Ball.
What if it uses Withdraw?
No! I'll have to go get some more Ultra Balls after this. No! Isn't Ultra Ball the best one? Yeah, it's better than Great Ball and Pokeball.
You gotta weaken the
in here.
Pokemon first.
I've weakened it just fine. Okay, there we go.
Razor Wind.
Oh, I remember what I was going to say. What I was going to say is every time I hear the sound of you unlocking something, I think like someone subscribed or something.
No, you'll know the sound of a subscription. It sounds just like this. Chat now, you subscribe now. Subscribe right now. So that you should do it now. Chat, if you subscribe right now, then I can show Mish what it sounds like.
I just named my Ditto subscribe. So
woohoo!
Okay. I feel so silly cuz I'm back at the exact point that I was I was like, oh yeah, that's right, I have to get that guy to move. And how I do that is, oh fuck, I don't remember. And I remember not remembering the last time. Yeah, that's true. Our true loyal fans are already subscribed.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that. Because I'm gonna make a request for some Cable 2 funds in order to get a microphone arm that doesn't suck quite so bad. Because I don't know, chat, if you've noticed, but I've been having some issues with accidentally breathing directly into my microphone, and that's because I can't get the microphone arm to hold in a good place. It falls down.
Also, I realized I can just find the PDF for the original manual that came with the game.
If you really want to, you can.
I did, it's so cute.
I never had the manual for Pokemon Red because I got it as a hand-me-down from the neighbor. I cannot pull a Zonday and pull away from the mic every time I breathe in on a 2-hour stream.
I still don't remember how to move this old man.
You gotta talk to somebody, right?
Yeah, I just don't remember who.
Good attack up for me. And a bicycle for you.
Hey, hell yeah! Let me run over the old man with my bicycle.
That will work.
I'm sorry, it switched to the bicycle music, and Hank, my cat just meowed in my ear. He just went, "Rah!"
I don't like it. You're moving too fast.
You being silly.
My cat
Who
is
do I have to
curled
talk
up in
to?
a perfect circle over there on the other chair.
Hank was curled up in a perfect circle. Now he's screaming. Oh, is it like you have to go ask your mom for permission again or something?
I don't know.
Another Ditto!
It's not my game.
I'm talking out loud, I'm not talking to you. But my cat is talking to me very loud. But you can't hear it on the microphone. Wah. That's what he's saying, he's going wah.
Wah. Like some sort of Luigi?
Like some sort of Wario type. He's been in a mood lately. You in a mood? Ow! I'm just gonna repeat every noise that my cat makes so you guys can feel like you're in the room with me.
That's good.
Ow!
Some more stat ups.
I might die.
I will say that
Is
whenever...
Deathlink on?
No. You wouldn't be able to get anything done if Deathlink was on.
Wasn't Deathlink on the first time we played this?
No, it was not. I'm fairly certain we didn't introduce Deathlink for a couple seasons.
Ow! Hank. Oh no.
Whenever it's just me and my girlfriend hanging out at home, and I want attention, I will say very articulately, I will just say the word meow.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it's like to be a lesbian in a lesbian relationship. You say meow at each other.
Sounds great.
I recommend it if it's an option available to you.
I'm
Try
too busy trying to deal.
lesbianism.
I'm trying to deal with the burn that you gave me and is killing all of my Pokemon.
Lol. You want to know something crazy to me? And
Sure.
will probably be crazy to most of our audience as well. In the past week, I have had to explain the concept of Hatsune Miku to two different, completely oblivious people.
Like friends or family members? Like what was the context in which you had to do this?
The first time it was my sister. I was hanging out with her, and I dragged her along to Pride. And I think both times I was talking about the new Jamie Page album and the new Jamie Page single that I'm obsessed with.
Mm-hmm.
Go listen to Bird Brain by Jamie Page.
Eevee!
Please. Eevee!
Yeah, she's kind of weirdly becoming more mainstream.
Yeah, and like I feel as if, like, if you're on the internet, you probably know who Hatsune Miku is, and everyone is on the internet nowadays, so like everyone should know. But my sister, being as she is a completely regular person culturally, had no idea who Hatsune Miku is or what Vocaloid was, and I had to explain it to her, and I'm like, we live such different lives.
I wasn't like, you know, sometimes when you're in a store or something and you see a lot of things at once and you don't super process it.
Sure.
I was in a Five Below, and an image of Hatsune Miku is reappearing in my brain. I think there must have been, because they're doing like the cheap little gacha toys. And I feel like, unless my brain is deceiving me, as I was scanning the shelves, I saw something with Hatsune Miku and maybe one of the Sanrio characters? Does that sound correct? Does that sound like maybe something I saw very fast and didn't process until right now?
I have no clue what goes on in blind bag plastic garbage.
I did get a Kirby today though, from one, because they had a Kirby stress toy.
Oh, that is fun.
Yeah, this one is just Kirby smiling. They have the different ones of like, maybe he's smiling, maybe he's like got his cheeks puffed. But this is just Kirby sitting and smiling.
Good.
And I got it for $2.
That is below $5.
Yeah. And I love Kirby, and if there's anything with him on it that I can afford, I will buy it.
If there's anything I can do for Kirby, I will.
Even name this an Eevee after her. After him.
My dumb ass. I keep trying to press the A button to put my sword beneath me, but I have to use the sword button and not the jump button. Like an idiot.
This goes out to my friend Jake, who sometimes calls Kirby Kerberby.
Kerberby. So I had to explain Hatsune Miku to my sister.
Yes.
Which I was surprised, but at the same time,
that's a different story.
My sister is, I would say, culturally a regular person.
Yeah. As comparative to us.
As comparative to us, who are very used to niche communities, and our conception of the world is shaped by internet. But then, yesterday, I went to go get my hair done, which My hair looks so fucking sick.
It does. It does.
I woke up today with my I got a side cut. I'll tell everyone that I got a side cut. And I woke up today and I was so like happy for my side cut that I got out of bed and started dancing. And I was like, this is fucking weird. It was because I opened up Spotify to listen to some music and it played Bird Brain by Jamie Page.
Oh, the song that you've been listening to nonstop for the past...
The song that I've been listening to nonstop for the past 5 days since it came out. And it has an associated dance with it. So I was dancing when I got out of bed today. But it's also a symptom of having a really cool haircut.
Yeah. I need a really cool haircut so bad. My hair's going a little bit wacky style right now, but I also there's like other little things where I'm like, I would like new glasses, and then when I have new glasses, I'd like to get a new haircut. But anyway.
Yeah, my haircut is super cool. Chat, you don't get to see it unless maybe you join the Cable 2 Discord and ask me really nicely.
I have
but
Oak's
you don't get to see
now.
my face on stream. You get to see my true face,
Oak?
my true model.
I guess I have to go give it to Oak. I thought that I had to bring Oak's parcel here.
Yeah, no, you give it to Oak.
Well, I thought that he was going to be.
His
I always
parcel.
forget the. No, I know, but I forget the order of operations. Sometimes you get a thing and then you go somewhere and then the person who needs the thing shows up there. I've played a good amount of Pokemon games.
Apparently, I haven't played a good amount of this one.
No, I haven't. I played this one 3 times. Twice. This is the 3rd time.
What was the other? I felt like I had one more thing. Oh, my haircut. I do have one more thing to say about my haircut before I go back to Hatsune Miku. I've wanted a side cut for roundabout 8 years. Really ever since I came out, I've wanted a side cut. But I was too scared. But I sent pictures of my haircut to my mom, and she said it looked beautiful.
Hell yeah.
So I might just have to go bald. I might, like, this is...
It's never gonna
Red alert. Red alert. We have to go bald. My mom likes my haircut. We gotta go bald.
Yeah. That's always... when my mom and I like the same things, it's like, what's going on here?
This ain't right. But...
Dinky and Donkey?
The thing is that I went and got my hair done. So I had to be at the salon for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Because I'm also, you know, getting my color done. Takes 4 hours to do that.
If you're getting permanent, I only do semi-permanent because I'm a baby and I don't like to make permanent decisions.
The hair grows and eventually you cut it off. So I don't think hair is a permanent decision. But also, I know how good purple looks in my hair. So I'm not concerned about it. But I had to sit there and talk with the stylist for 4 hours, and this is a new salon that I have only been to before with my girlfriend when she got her hair cut. So, totally new stylist. And I have to specify. This is a queer, women-owned salon. Okay? Specifically, like, bills itself as, like, you know, a queer, women-led, sort of liberal space.
Yeah.
And my stylist had never heard of Hatsune Miku?
It's like a generational thing, too, though. Like, how old were they?
Just similar in age to us. Not like exceptionally old.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like Hatsune Miku, not to gatekeep her, but I feel like she was kind of a you had to be there thing.
Hatsune Miku is big right now, though. She's in Fortnite.
Well, she's big right now, but I feel like it was either, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. I want to justify people not knowing Hatsune Miku, but maybe
I
you're
don't
right
want to
and I'm
justify it.
wrong.
I think they should be jailed and re-educated. You need to know and love Hatsune Miku. How am I the person who has to explain Hatsune Miku to people? She was on David Letterman. She
Oh yeah,
is
she was
friends
on David
with-
Letterman.
who was she friends with? Was it like J-Lo or who was it in that commercial?
I don't know, but I'm
She like
surprised
called on the phone.
her and Pitbull haven't done anything together. They feel like, you know what I mean?
She was just on a Baby No Money remix, which was fucking awesome. But chat, I really want you to conceptualize, how would you explain Hatsune Miku to someone who has no clue what Hatsune Miku is?
Blue hair, pigtails. She's kind of like an internet character, so a lot of people on the internet like her. She sings, but like it's kind of with like a computer voice, so the voice is like digital. But she's just like an internet and some people, if you're just like, it's an internet character, they're like, oh yes, of course. Like, to them, Sans Undertale is not from a game. He is simply an internet character.
That
Sensible.
works as a way of explaining her, I think. I go a very different way. I go for Hatsune Miku is a musician who has... I did use gorillas as an example for the stylist. Hatsune Miku is a musician who is actually a piece of software that any producer can purchase and use to have her sing their music. So there are tens of thousands of musicians all across the world who make songs for Hatsune Miku. Because that's what I think is the fun part about her. Because I'm a musician.
I like get that, but I also think from a perspective of trying to make her a little more like accessible, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like people like to know the character first before they like to know what they do.
Is that so?
I feel that way.
I feel like maybe it has to do with the aphantasia, but I feel like if someone tried to explain to me an internet phenomenon by saying, "Oh, it's a character and they look like this," that would mean nothing to me.
Yeah, I think that's your aphantasia, because I'll be so real. Like, if somebody was like, how do I put this? If someone was like, "Have you heard of Ringo Starr? He's a drummer." That makes more sense in my brain than, "Have you heard about this drummer? His name is Ringo Starr."
What?
Like in my brain, order of operations is you tell me the name of someone and then you tell me what they do.
Yeah, why do you think that's not what I did?
Well, because I still feel like, again, who she is comes before what she does. And
I said her name.
Yeah, but you didn't talk about what she looked like.
I mentioned it in the full process of explaining her. I mentioned it, but
all right.
I don't like.
You didn't make that clear.
It wasn't a primary thing in my explanation. I mentioned she's like an anime character with blue hair and pigtails, but I put more emphasis on the fact that she doesn't exist and is in fact a musical instrument, because that's, I think, the appeal of Hatsune Miku. Am I off base? Is the appeal of Hatsune Miku actually in the character design and not in the fact that she's a synthesizer? Am I weird for explaining it that way?
I think that it's both, if that makes sense. Like, I think that they go in tandem, but I think if I was trying to explain it to someone who doesn't know Hatsune Miku, I would go for appearance first, because that's what most people judge by and will recognize first. Somebody who doesn't know Hatsune Miku won't recognize her voice before they recognize her face. Especially because she is a mascot.
She is a mascot, I'll grant you that. But I feel like just saying that she's a character and here's what she looks like doesn't explain what her deal is. She's a musician.
Yeah, but I would, when talking about her specifically, I think I would describe her as a mascot before a musician.
Here's I think what it is. If I were to describe any musician, I would talk about the kind of music they make. And since I'm describing Miku as a musician rather than as a character or a mascot, I talk about how her music is made. If I talk about, like, capital cities, I'm gonna be like, they make synth pop with lyrics that are kind of like this, but they like to incorporate trumpet solos. I don't fucking know the names of the two guys in capital cities.
Yeah,
I don't care. I'm trying to explain what appeals to me about their music.
I think that's cool and relatable. I will say, and this is not a dig at you, it's just a fact about me, is that I definitely have a lot more experience talking to and relating to normies. And I think, based on the way that their brains work, that you have to break it down visually before you can break it down contextually.
That's so weird to me.
But I agree that it is a little strange, but I also think that that's how a lot of people think. This is my tentacruel summer. Speaking of normies. No, that's not true. Taylor Swift fans are not normies.
I also want you to consider that I'm in a position of I'm here with this stylist for 4 hours.
Yes, and I also think that I would elaborate after a certain amount of time. But what I'm saying is that she's asking me if I got a rat-a-tat. No, I do have some other crazy shit, though. I don't know. I think all of those things would come up in a conversation that I would have with somebody about Hatsune Miku. I'm not saying that they wouldn't. I'm just saying that wouldn't be... Your proposed question was, how would you explain Hatsune Miku to someone who doesn't know who she is? And I am explaining to you that, based on my experiences, if you give people... if you talk about visuals first, the average person is more likely to know who or what you're talking about, and then you can dive into the fun stuff. I'm not judging you.
The whole point is that they don't know. I'm not trying to be like, I'm not trying to ask how would you figure out if someone knows Hatsune Miku. You've just found out that someone has no clue what Hatsune Miku is.
So from my perspective, what I would start by doing is describing them visually. So you asked me if I was in a theoretical scenario where someone did not know who Hatsune Miku is and I had to explain to them what I would do, and I would choose to describe the visuals of Hatsune Miku first. That does not mean that I think that what you did is wrong, because I think I would get there too. But when you asked specifically what I would do, I told you what I would do. A Porygon is here.
Awesome, I love Porygon. Chat, if you had to explain what a Porygon is to someone, how would you do it?
I would start by describing it's a whole bunch of shapes, including circles and triangles, because I would
That's
start
funny,
with
because there's no
visuals.
circles in a Porygon.
Are you looking at its eyes right now? Because I'm looking at its eyes.
Its eyes
right
are painted onto the flat sides of its head.
Well, you can't tell in black and white.
If I had to explain Porygon, I would start by explaining what a Pokemon is.
I have to explain what a Pokemon is for my job on a regular basis.
Damn. Pokemon are another thing that no one should ever have to explain to another person.
Most people do know what Pokemon are.
For the Gen X people in the audience, it would be as if you're trying to explain The Simpsons to somebody. Isn't that crazy? For all the
Oh my god!
I'm just talking to all the Gen X people that I know are watching.
Yeah, you're talking to all the Marge heads out there.
Yeah. Imagine someone not knowing who Marge is, and that's how I felt when they said they didn't know about Hatsune Miku.
I need to get more Ultra Balls.
I think you need to get more antidotes and burn heals. Just in case.
Yeah, just in case. Both Marge and Hatsune Miku have blue hair. You see where I was going.
Okay, can I survive this angered Bareth Bones? The answer is definitely not. Oh my god, I did! I'm a genius epic gamer. They call me the gamer.
Why?
On account of IB Gaming.
Well, this Slay Queen's gonna die. Which is not very Slay Queen of her, but you know.
I just gave you an Ultra Ball.
Thank you. It got out of the Ultra Ball.
Damn. This is one tough level 5 Porygon. That was Surf.
Thank you. Maybe Shelter can do that? Also, these, like... It's like level 5, but it doesn't feel level 5 to me.
Oh,
Maybe
Jesus.
I'll buy it, but...
Supposedly, I'm level 58 right now. It doesn't feel like it.
Thought he was all my Pokeballs on this Porygon. But I can't hit it again, because it will die.
Alright, I'm going to try this Fairy Chest challenge again. Nope, failed. I'm not good at this one.
We're both having really shit luck right now.
Yeah.
I think I just need to whack the Porygon. Why does the... Oh, it's because of the angle.
Telling you the eyeballs are just sort of painted onto its flat sides of its head.
Fuck. I'll kill all my Pokemon for this guy. I don't even care. There we go. Fucking thank God, finally.
Yes!
Well, you get to choose what I name it.
Name this fucking thing Cable.
I'll do a little...
Oh, come on.
Beautiful name for a baby girl.
Cable.
Cave Bell.
I love to do that kind of thing whenever I have to name something in a video game. I most recently did that in Fantasy Life I, the girl who steals time.
Uh-huh.
They ask you to name an island that you land on. And I named my island Australia. Ostrayla. Australia. I think Emily named her island Staten Island.
Hell yeah. I would name mine De Bronx.
You would name yours De Bronx.
Alright, this Viridian Forest... When they say the Viridian Forest is hard, it's no joke. I don't know, did I make it past the Viridian Forest in our first playthrough?
I have no clue.
I feel like I didn't. Let me take care of some of this, see if I can't do any of these TMs. No, can't do rock slide. Horn drill. I don't think I have anybody with a horn. No. Cut. Oh! Tentacruel Summer can learn cut.
This will help. I've now unlocked vampirism. I can heal a little bit easier. Unfortunately, this character that I'm using is very large. Hey, did you need a moonstone for Shelster?
I don't remember.
I think Cole mentioned a moonstone because I just gave you one.
No, that was for Nidoran. If I did Nidoran.
Damn.
Item finder. Nope, item finder is not responding.
Must not be any items.
Slay Queen can learn surf. Woohoo.
Egg bomb.
Shelter, believe it or not, needs a water stone. Whoa! Aerodactyl? I hardly know her.
Aerodactyl.
Can you tackle a Can you tackle a flying creature?
Oh yeah.
I'm so used to Magic the Gathering rules.
Which is funny because you didn't know Magic the Gathering rules a month ago.
Yeah, and now I know so much about Magic the Gathering. I'm playing with people who are like, oh, I've been playing since 2010. How long have you been playing? And I'm like, a couple months. Parentheses, this is a lie. It has been like a month and a half. I just have a lot of product. Because I work at a store.
Christopher suggests Aerodactyl as an aromantic dactyl.
I killed it, so unfortunately. How do you use cut again? Do you have to have that Pokemon in front? Or is it just automatic?
Have you taught it to a Pokemon?
Yeah, I taught it to Tentacruel Summer.
Then you should just interact with the thing, right? Or
maybe I have to get off my bike.
Probably have to get off your bike, yeah.
How do I get off my... I don't know how to get off my bike.
Master Ball!
Oh, thank you.
Now you've got a guaranteed catch for exactly one Pokemon.
I'll probably save that. You know.
Has anyone made a Pokemon ROM hack that is based around actually stealing Pokemon? Because I feel like everyone who played the Pokemon games as a kid was disappointed when you couldn't throw a Pokeball at other trainers' Pokemon to steal them. I would really like to play a Pokemon ROM hack where I play as some evil bastard who can only obtain Pokemon by taking them from local children.
You have to, like, flash a license to do it.
I'll flash a gun to do it. I don't give a
that's
fuck.
It.
Mish, I saw a picture of Legaia Cruz today in Monster Hunter Wilds, and I need him. Not carnally. I need him.
Is that the one that we failed
to taste my blade?
Is that the one we failed to kill like 3 times already?
No, that was Zoshia. Gate of Darkness and Coliseum let you steal Pokemon from Pokemon thieves. I want to steal Pokemon from innocent bystanders.
I think a funnier version of that is everybody can take from you. So like you could take Bug Catcher's Weedle, but that Bug Catcher can grab your, you know.
I would imagine you'd have to like. Imagine a Pokemon game where all Pokemon have another stat that you can train, which is their
Loyalty?
like loyalty. Yeah, their ability to resist being stolen.
I think you can up loyalty in Y. I need to replay Y. That game meant so much to me.
And I specifically, if I'm talking about a hypothetical ROM hack, I specifically want one where the only way I can get Pokemon is by taking them from people.
Yeah, no, that there's a set amount of Pokemon and they kind of go in between. They just kind of end up being tossed around between people. And everybody just kind of keeps stealing them from one another.
A brand new Pokemon game that takes place in a lawless wasteland where Pokemon are not able to survive in the wild, but people steal each other's pets all the time.
Oh, I totally forgot to go buy more Ultra Balls and whatnot. That's fine. I'll get to the other... Well, maybe I won't get to the other place. I think I have a revive.
Hey, I have a question.
What's up?
What Pokemon is it that Team Rocket in the anime had?
Is this a... It's Meowth.
Meowth, that's right.
Ha 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 ha.
And that's the caliber of humor you can expect from Link.
And that
Cable.
sound that I heard, that was not the subscriber sound. That was the different sound.
Nope. And remember, folks, if you think my jokes are funny, you can tell me by clicking the subscribe button and inputting your credit card information.
Yeah. If you think I'm funny, say it with money.
Chips. It's a pastry.
Fish and chips is a pastry. Good job. Enjoy your fish and chips pastry.
Yeah. There's a reason that funny and money rhyme, and it's because they're both. Being funny is a lucrative career that gets you far in life.
Correct. Yes. Definitely. Have you, Mish, been seeing the, to me, completely inexplicable resurgence of memes about Smack Bomb P-Wet?
No, I'm not on Tumblr very much.
Yeah,
and
it is happening on Tumblr.
Yeah.
There is a video. The original video is like from TikTok. But I don't think it got big on TikTok. It got big on Tumblr with Americans who were completely baffled by the video.
Yeah, I used to laugh at people for doing Instagram Reels instead of TikTok, but I've unfortunately, by necessity, had to become one of them because my phone is very old. It's not like ancient, but and I like that it's an old phone. I don't really have an interest in getting like a newer model or anything like that. I like my phone just fine. They're up to like the iPhone like 16 and it's like an 11 and I like it just fine. But it is getting a little bit on the older side and it's starting to get hot. Like the battery gets hot really easily. And TikTok makes my phone very hot.
I suppose. Yeah. I can't imagine how Instagram Reels would be any lighter.
I don't know either. I think it's just because of the I don't know. It just doesn't make my phone as hot. Like,
I guess Facebook is more efficient with their keylogger spyware. in Instagram
Exactly.
than TikTok is.
TikTok, yeah.
They've had a longer
And it's like-
time to perfect their spyware.
Exactly. And it's like, yeah, like when you open TikTok, it was always a little clunky for me to open TikTok. If that makes any sense. Like I feel like it always like took a minute for things to load and whatever, and then it's just gotten worse, and then also makes my phone hot. So it's like, you know.
Opening TikTok is
not worth
clunky
it.
for me, but that's because I use a sketchy modded TikTok app that removes the ads for me. You have to join a Russian Telegram channel in order to use it.
Maybe you shouldn't say these things on Twitch.television.
Why?
I don't know.
But there's a meme that I saw this video years ago. But for some reason, it's all over my fucking Tumblr dashboard again. A vertical short-form video of a British man going to a... I'm not sure if this would best be described as a chippy, or what the name of the other one is. A kebab shop.
Like a halal spot?
No. I don't think so. A kebab is a very different... Maybe?
Why are you saying it like that?
Because that's how they say it. They call it kebab.
That sucks.
When I think of kebabs, I think of shish kebabs, which are completely not what a kebab is.
Yes, and
In the UK.
often shish kebabs are sold... I don't know if I know what a kebab is then in that case, because I was going to say, shish kebabs are often sold at, like, halal trucks.
This is another instance where we live very different lives. I've never, ever encountered a halal, literally anything
really
that advertises itself as halal. No.
Yeah, halal trucks are super common in like New York City and other like major cities around the world. You just go and you get like you can't just get like a $9 lamb gyro on the street.
In my vicinity, the only time you will ever see a food truck is if you're at an event where they've booked a food truck.
Well, I don't see food trucks around particularly often because of that.
There's no street food. It's not, you don't eat food on the street, you eat food in buildings.
Well, you buy the food on the street and then you go eat it in a building. You buy it from a halal cart and then you get it in a bag and then you go to a building to eat it.
This is not something that is in my wheelhouse. But there's a video of a British guy going to a chippy in what I'm going to assume is the north of the UK. I can't place the accent. It's a place called Wigan. Wigan. If anyone knows where Wigan is, you can tell me that I'm wrong about where it is, and that's fine.
I feel like we definitely had Deathlink on.
We did not have Deathlink on for the first... No. Not for the first season. We talked about it, but it was not on.
Okay.
There is this chippy in Wigan that is apparently very popular that this, like, food influencer guy goes to, and he acts so, like, shocked and confused listening to the menu items at this place, which, to be fair, to an American ear, they definitely sound like insane jumbles of syllables. But, like, I'm not entirely convinced that they're that weird for British cuisine. He orders a Wigan kebab, which the actual food item of a Wigan kebab is a meat pie, which we Americans would consider a pot pie, in 2 slices of bread. and he just eats a pie sandwich, which is just a pie in between two slices of bread.
Not all the money, but it was like, you don't have enough money for this, and I was like, what do you mean? And I have 420.69, and I realized I did just spend a ton of money. I'll buy a lot more burn heals, though.
The man in the video then sees on the menu
I want this
something
to go
called...
longer. I want this to go so much longer.
What?
It's just, you've been trying to describe this video for so long, it's getting funny. And so I want to extend it. This is my attempt at extending it so it goes even longer.
I'm not even halfway through the fucking video. He then sees...
A man walks into a store. Two guys walk into a bar.
You explain it then.
Okay, he goes into the store and he says, "Can I have a chippy kebab?" And then he sees the menu and he goes, "Whoa!" I didn't see the video. I don't know what you're talking about. I thought I did. But
he's like you gotta understand, he's a food influencer type. So he's like, today we're in Wigan and I'm going to try a Wigan kebab. Everyone in Wigan is talking about it and recommended that I come to this, but like, he's really annoying. You know? I found 0 gold. Wow, cool.
Nice.
And the guy running the chippy is this like big kind of buff bald man. And he like semi-patiently explains the things on the menu to this food influencer. The food influencer then sees an item on the menu called smack. And he asks what a smack is, which is just... A smack is like a slice of potato fried, so it's basically just...
Like a kind of like a hash brown?
A hash brown is like grated. This is just a straight up slice out of the potato. It's as if you had a fry or perhaps a chip if you're British. But it was large.
Okay.
And it's like 80 cents.
I forgot to get more Pokeballs.
I found more 0 gold.
I forgot to get... I got all of the other stuff I needed, but...
And I'm running into an issue trying to describe this, which is that I have personally done the research to understand what these things are, but if you watch the video as an American, just like going in without knowing any of this, most of the words they're saying sound like complete gibberish. He asks for a smack barm peewet. And the influencer guy is like, "Mate, what's peewet?" And the guy at the counter is like, "In Wigan, it's good as gravy. You take the mushy peas, and you just get some of the wet off the top." So a smack barm peewet is a slice of fried potato in bread with the water off the top of a tub of cooked peas on it.
Wow.
It looks revolting.
The world is so big and broad and full of interesting people, huh?
It looks not dissimilar to baby vomit.
Mm-hmm.
With its distinctive green.
Yes.
I
don't want to talk about that anymore because it's already triggering me a little.
Yeah, me neither. What was the other thing? He gets a Wigan kebab, he gets smack barm peewet. He gets he gets Babi's Yed. He gets Babi's Yed, which is a steak pudding. But pudding in Britain, a steak pudding is not like a chocolate pudding that we would think of. It's a fucking pastry. It's a pastry with steak in it, but it's little.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm done with this conversation. I can't tell you why, but my body is... I'm done. I'm getting nauseous.
Yeah, it's not interesting just for me to explain it. Chat, you can look it up. It'll confuse you.
It's like, it's like I'm confused and also nauseous now.
If you look it up and you're so confused, you can ask me to send you the flow chart that I found that explained it all. All of this is to say, for some reason, years after the video like came out and originally got popular, now I'm seeing memes about it on Tumblr again. Why?
Time is a flat circle. We are all regressing to try and feel something.
I don't... If we're gonna regress to feel something, can we at least go back to, like, fucking Sherlock and Doctor Who? I mean, if we're gonna do stupid shit on Tumblr...
I want to go back to, what's his name? Sans Undertale and the guy from Danganronpa dancing around to Kanye West likes fingers in his ass.
That would be Komaida.
Yeah, I missed Fingers in His Ass Friday.
It's Fingers in His Ass Sunday, so you can't miss it that much. If you don't even know what day it is that Kanye West enjoys fingers in his ass.
I celebrated it on Friday, so... I celebrated it, you know.
I want to go further. I want to go... If I am choosing what time period to regress to on Tumblr, I want it to be when Danganronpa first got really big. Now,
I just have to add the permitted term, fingers in.
the ass part was
his
not...
Ass
was fine!
Was fine. It was the fingers in.
Add permitted term, fingers in. What? Twitch Automod, what are you on?
I mean, like, fingering is a sexual act.
Yeah, but just fingers in?
Yeah, the phrase fingers in.
It's not like it's the word fingering, it's just fingers in.
Well, if I didn't leave the forest during our first season, this is why it's 1.0, because I've already left the forest.
Epic. You've gotten so much bigger and stronger.
Yeah.
Over the past 2 years. It's very inspiring.
I do my best.
Christopher says, it liked ass, but not fingers? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let it be known, Twitch Automod likes ass.
I was gonna say, Automod is kind of an ass girl.
Yeah.
Hey, remember the hipster blog? Visco? Visco was fun, remember that?
What? Visco?
Well, maybe that wasn't... Visco? It was like one of those like apps where you could take like artsy photos and everybody made fun of Visco girls.
Never heard of it.
No.
Jigglypuff song.
Yeah. Doot-a-doot-doot.
Who out here pining for socially awkward penguin? I was more of a Velociraptor kid.
What's his name is making more content, which is fun, and like doing a tour. The guy who played Kelly in Shoes.
Huh.
Let's get some shoes. You know Shoes, right?
I am so familiar with Shoes. It is unfortunately etched into my soul.
Yeah. I will recommend. I always recommend 16th Minute of Fame with Jamie Loftus, but she did an episode with Liam, who was the guy who created the character, and he talked about. It was actually like a really like nice episode, and he talked about like the fact that like they talked about like the history of comedy and drag. And he talked about how for a while he didn't want to do it anymore because he was like, I don't know if this is my space. Like, I'm a straight guy, like, and I obviously meant no harm by it, but like, it was just characters that I was playing, but I don't want to like come off the wrong way. And then he actually had like a circumstance in which he was invited to perform at a Pride event. And he like spoke to some people there, and they were like, we acknowledge that you are not a member of our community, but you are a major part of our history. And a lot of us, and it's like, it was a cool conversation about, like, people like this character.
Yeah, I did when I was a small child.
Yeah, and again, because it's not, the character is not, the fact that it's the jokes are what they are, and they're not man in dress jokes. They are Kelly as a character played by this person.
Yeah, and it's honestly very impressive that it's not only a man in a dress joke, because that's what everyone else was doing.
Yeah, again, highly recommend the 16th Minute of Fame with him and Jamie Loftus talking about that, and Jamie Loftus likes to start her episodes with like a little mini history, and she did like a little mini history of like comedy and drag.
Jamie Loftus is awesome.
Yeah. I wish I had known this sooner, but she's gonna be at the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest on July 4th. Not that I would have gone, because the idea of doing that scares the shit out of me, but like just being
You're scared of hot dogs?
Event. No, I love hot dogs. The vibes of being at that event, I feel like are quite rowdy.
I wouldn't know. Finally, I can get some damn upgrades.
I want to go, but like not right now, if that makes sense. I'm not in the mental space to go right now. I'm fighting Brock. I did fight Brock last time. Ah, yes, Brock's famous Bulbasaur.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's absolutely a fist fight every year at the hot dog eating contest, and I feel like that's probably like part of it, you know? Although I have heard that Badlands Chugs sometimes goes. If you're aware of him.
I've heard the name before, but I don't.
I think I've showed you Badlands Chugs videos. I definitely have shown other people Badlands Chugs videos. His intro is an animation of him taking a big straw and slurping up the whole world.
That's weird.
No, it's not. He's an artist.
It's weird.
I'm gonna make you watch some Badlands Chugs.
You don't have to.
No, he drinks from Das Boot, which is like a big...
I'm familiar with Das Boot.
Yeah.
Believe you me, I'm familiar with Das Boot, but that's because I'm familiar with VAT19.com.
But he takes a big drink and chugs the whole thing and then burps like the loudest burp you've ever heard in your entire life.
That doesn't... You're not making it sound appealing. Do you know that?
It's great. Do we have any other... Can I get somebody else in the chat to back me up here about how Badlands Chugs is great?
Oh, I found Death Defiance. That's going to be very useful. Okay, so I can heal 16 HP per hit.
This Bulbasaur is very annoying. I'll back you up, but I have no experience in... Okay, can we watch a Badlands Chugs video?
No, not on stream.
No, why not?
Gross, no.
It's not gross, it's
I am
talent.
not going to put a video of someone chugging something and then burping on my stream. That's gross.
But he's really nice.
I don't care.
He seems super wholesome.
I wouldn't consider that wholesome entertainment.
It's not about burping, it's
about chugging.
And the burping just happens
afterwards. You can't
afterwards.
really have one without the other, though.
It's literally called Badlands Chugs. What did y'all think? And I talked about it in the context of an eating context.
You're trying to convince me to put it on the stream. No.
Yeah, I think it's fun.
It's not. You can do that on your own time. Okay.
I will, and I have.
Randomize children. I've got the ability to randomize children.
Ugh. This... I was like, oh, haha, Bulbasaur, I'm incredibly underleveled for this fight. And keep getting paralyzed. Wait, everyone's paralyzed. You did this to me.
I did that to you ages ago.
I just realized.
You should have visited the Pokemon Center, probably.
I did visit the Pokemon Center, but I guess not soon enough. I just realized I was like, ugh, and everybody's paralyzed because of the Leech Seed. And then I was like, wait a minute. Leech Seed doesn't paralyze.
Yeah. So having vampiric armor in this game does reduce my max HP by a lot, but it also makes me heal a lot.
How do you get rid of paralyze?
Paralyze heal.
Oh, I only have... Okay. Well, fuck, I gotta go get more, I guess, but I gotta make more money to do that.
I'm gonna try and fight the eyeball, Keter. And I win! Okay, that was easy. Keter, down.
Oh, fuck. I used my only paralyzed heal on Kerberby, and he's about to die.
Kibby. Hooray, Kibby.
Hooray! Thank you, Quinn, because I'm going to lose this.
You're welcome.
And so all I literally can do... This is gonna take a while, because all I can do is let my guys be killed, because I can't... I can barely hit. I can get a couple off here and there.
Yeah, usually when I can't hit, I have to get...
Why did you send out your water type? Because everybody is paralyzed and I'm just sending everything at it. Also, I'm just I'm just doing tackle, which is not a water move.
Yeah, but it's using grass type moves on your water Pokemon.
Well, I know, but I don't care. At this point, I'm going to lose either way. I'm just letting it kill my Pokemon at this point.
I'm letting Chad eviscerate you for it.
It's fine. It's your fault that I have to kill all my Pokemon because all of them are paralyzed.
Because you didn't go to the fucking Pokemon Center before you started fighting. I did go to the Pokemon Center
before I started, and you paralyzed me before on my walk here.
Should have thought about that. Should have thought about that before you started fighting the gym leader. I don't know. What else do you want to talk about?
I don't know. I'm kind of in the middle of something.
You think I'm not?
I don't not think you're in the middle of something. I just don't have much to say because I'm fighting a losing battle. It's taking a lot out of me. It was a critical hit, and it did 1 HP.
Awesome. I keep finding middling stat upgrades for myself instead of actual items. $10 coins for you.
Thanks.
What do you even use coins for in Pokemon?
Is that just money? Or
No,
it
money is
separate
Poké Dollars.
Maybe. I have no idea, actually.
Are they like
Coal.
coins for the fucking game corner? Are they
Coal.
gambling coins?
Casino. I haven't gotten to the casino in this game.
Yeah, the game corner.
Alright, I'm blacked out. Thank fucking god, so now I can actually, like, heal all my Pokemon and... You know what it was? I healed all my Pokemon and then we listened to the Jigglypuff song, and I bet while I was enjoying the song, you paralyzed my Pokemon.
I just wish there were traps in my game. It's funny.
Funny.
0 gold!
Oh yeah, I have no money.
I've determined that whenever the game gives me 0 gold, it actually means it's giving me an amount of gold higher than 1,000, but it can't display it, so it just says that I got 0.
I guess I could fight this guy first to just get my willies out. Level up a little bit.
Yeah, work on your willies.
You know.
I was just about to say that your willies
My willies are a little
in. They're too far in and you gotta willy out or something.
I don't know why I don't know what I meant.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Ugh. Ugh. Ugh.
One day I'm gonna be
meant
able to remember which button on my keyboard changes me to which facial expression.
I think I really meant shake the sillies out, you know?
I don't want you to shake out your sillies. We're trying to do an entertaining stream.
Well, yeah. I'm warming up, is what I meant to say. And then I'm gonna go heal again, and then I'm gonna fight the gym boss.
Let's see what else I can unlock. Coins, miners, stat increase, curse
Minors on
runes.
this stream? No, no, no. 18 and up.
Like mining.
I know. Wow, okay. So much for make jokes, be silly, blah blah blah.
Hey chat, was the joke funny? Sound off in the chat if you thought that joke was funny.
It was a joke whether or not you thought it was funny. Pretty good. I got it pretty good. Dr. Teflon just got here. Dr. Teflon, I was asked to make a joke, and Quinn was talking about the variety of things that she could in theory unlock. And she said miners, and I said miners? Not on this stream. And then she said, I meant like the ones who mine things. And I said, yeah, but I was making a joke. So now you're up to date.
I did not explicitly ask you to make a joke.
You said to not shake the sillies out and to be silly. And I think telling jokes, that's like prime silly behavior. See, Dr. Teflon says it was a good joke. And that's what matters, right? Like, at the end of the day, it's audience experience.
It's all for the audience, yeah.
It's all for the audience. I mean, yeah, it's for us, but it's also for the audience.
Yeah. I'm not sure what I need to purchase next. I think I actually want to take a look at some other wares. Spell runes, maybe. I can unlock runes to make the enemies harder.
Shit.
But I don't wish to do that.
Yeah, everything we do is for Dr. Teflon's approval. Absolutely.
Yeah, might as well be.
Yeah, there we go. Good job, Cable. Okay, now I gotta go heal my boys. And now I have some money, too.
Cash.
Does that Farfetch'd have no attacking moves? It is very possible, based on the way that this is a fully randomized game.
Do you have... You're not saying you have a Farfetch'd, right?
No,
You
no,
fought
I
a
was
Farfetch'd?
I was just fighting a Farfetch'd. That did exclusively mostly just leer at me for the almost the and sand attack me for almost the entire fight.
That's pretty cool. Farfetch'd,
It got a little. It
low
did get a little
key.
damage off on me, but I don't know what. I think it had one move. I don't even remember.
Farfetch'd, low-key, one of my favorite Pokemon.
Farfetch'd is great.
Just kind of a sleeper hit, I think.
Where is the store? Or no, not the store. The Poke Center. Beep beep beep. There you are.
The class archetype that I'm playing as right now is called the Trader. And I don't know what that means. I don't know what
It's a show on Peacock. There's seasons for the US, New Zealand, Australia, and UK. Essentially, there's people in the house who play the role of traitors. It's similar to Mafia, and so those individuals are tasked with killing people and banishing them from the house, while also not being caught during roundtables. And then during the day phase of the game, they play games for money, and the goal of the traders is to get as much money in the pot as possible, because if any traders are at the finale, they get all of the money. Meanwhile, the faithful also want to be gathering a lot of money, because all of the faithful that are there at the end of the game actually share the pot. So it's ideal sometimes for people to have more than one faithful win the game, but that also can be really rough, because you really have to trust the person you go with, because you can go with 3 people and be so sure that you're all faithfuls, and then it can turn out that one of you is a traitor, and that person could take all of the money.
So it's like Among Us?
It's like the traitors. The Among Us is like the traitors.
It's like Among Us?
Yes, that was my favorite thing is, when shows try to do hashtags, like they'll do a show and then it'll say hashtag.
Hashtag make a post about our show on social media.
Yeah.
Hashtag advertise for us for free.
Yeah, but it's funny because, as I said, The Traitors is an international show. So the name of the show in the tag is Traitors US. And tags are all one word. So their tag on social media is just Traitor Sus.
Wow.
Sorry, I got excited thinking about traitors. They're filming right now in Scotland. They live in a big castle in Scotland. I'm a little sad because when Traitors first started, and it is the case for some of the international seasons, where it's just dudes. You know what I mean? It's not famous people, it's not reality TV celebrities, it's just Nan from down the street. But the American version is all reality stars, which is great television, but then that means that my dream of being on the Traitors will probably not come true unless I ostensibly for no reason become incredibly famous in New Zealand.
We could make that happen. All we have to do is leverage our success in Habbo Hotel.
I don't think I can take any credit for that success.
I wasn't there.
Yeah, I also was not there.
I just was thinking about how we had such success in Habbo Hotel. You can visit the Cable 2 hallway in Habbo Hotel. That's all. That's the extent of my knowledge about it. You should join the Discord and ask about the hallway.
I think I went once and was like, not for me.
I watched a documentary recently about the corporate espionage that happened in Habbo Hotel in the mid to late 2010s and the development of Habbo Hotel weapons of mass destruction.
What? Can you send me this documentary? This sounds incredible.
Yeah, it's by a YouTuber who has done like 5 different documentaries about Habbo Hotel economics and like the bizarre things that go on because Habbo Hotel is like a hyper-capitalist hellscape, actually.
Cole, you'll just have to remind me how to turn off that setting in the menu after this fight, because I also don't want that very much, but...
Is the EXP share doing bad?
It's not doing bad, it's just keeping me a little under-leveled, but I also, like, forgot that, because in the newer games, XP share is automatically off, and you have to turn it on.
I thought it was the other way around in the newer games,
no,
that's why I gave it to you.
No, I think you have to turn it off, or you have to turn it on in the newer games. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I don't play Pokemon.
I don't remember. I do, but the last Pokemon game I played was Pokemon Violet on my Nintendo Switch Lite, so I played it at 20 frames a second, and I only played it so I could make sandwiches with Cole, and my and my Switch kept crashing. I will never forget that I was like, I spent the money on this game because I wanted to play it with all my friends, and there's like a mini game where you all make a sandwich together, and we were having a grand old time, and then we made a sandwich that was just eggs. We just put a whole lot of eggs on a sandwich, and then we put so many eggs on the sandwich that my Nintendo Switch Lite crashed and blue screened.
Awesome.
Because we put too many eggs on a sandwich in Pokemon Violet.
Let that be a lesson. Don't put that many eggs on a sandwich, or else
it might break your Nintendo Switch Lite.
If I find out that you've put eggs on a sandwich, I will go to your house and break your Nintendo Switch Lite. Okay. Cole says that the EXP share in Gen 1 does not give full XP to everyone in the party, but actually divides the XP, so each Pokemon is only getting a 1/6 of the XP per fight. That does suck.
That sucks. You gotta tell me how to turn that off.
I don't know.
Joke's on you, I don't have a Switch Lite. I have one in a box somewhere. Does it work? Not
Let's
anymore.
see if I can fight... Is this Alexander or Ponce de Leon? Let's fight Ponce de Leon! This is not going to work well for me. I'm definitely not powerful enough for Ponce de Leon. Is that how you pronounce the real one?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
I'm only familiar with Pounce de Leon.
Yeah, no, it is Ponce.
Is it Leon or Leon?
I think it's Leon.
I'm so close! I did it! Oh my god, I'm the best gamer.
Because it's French.
I don't know French. There's Leon. Great success.
Oh shit. Oh, I love when Borat says that.
Never seen
Great
Borat.
success. I actually would love to show you Borat.
Really?
It's listen. It has a lot of memes about it. It's a good movie that I think you would really like.
Probably.
Because it's a social commentary in the early 2000s in America.
Yeah. It is very early 2000s about it.
I mean, I thought you've just said you've never seen it.
I have not, but I have seen people talking about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how do you feel about cringe comedy? If you like, I think you should leave and Tim Robbins stuff. I think it's good.
We had a conversation recently about how I hate cringe comedy.
Well, it's not. I mean, it's cringe comedy, but it's also like, I don't know. The scene in the RV is something that I think generally on like a monthly basis. He just essentially the whole thing about that scene and that like whole aspect of the movie. They like the joke is like Borat's like, I need a ride, you gotta help me, and so like these like college age boys are like on a road trip and they pick up Borat. And he's like trying to just have a conversation with them, and they just like do the ultimate character reveal of being like the most horrible people, just in front of a camera, and have no sense of self-awareness to acknowledge that they shouldn't say the things that they're saying in front of a camera.
I know plenty of people like that. It's my understanding. One guy in the joke and the rest of the folks just start being their honest selves. I beat Brock. Good job.
I got the Earth badge.
Perfect.
I got TM19. Okay.
Cole, does TM87 exist in Gen 1?
Also, Cole, you gotta tell me how to turn off the XP share.
Yeah, that's more important. I know the number of exactly 1 TM, and it's
like
TM87.
You just click on it. Toss? No, it's too important to toss. Dinky, this isn't the time for that.
Huh? Are you on your bike?
No, I'm walking. There's a different song when I'm on my bike. Seismic toss.
Huh.
I can do seismic toss. Grinding in Gen 1 sucks no matter what.
I thought I was giving you a leg up by giving you the EXP share at the start.
Ooh, who do I want to learn takedown? Kerberby doesn't know much. Kerberby can learn takedown.
Thunderbolt.
I don't think I have I don't have anybody electric right now.
Yeah.
You could also just have a smaller team. No, I don't want to do that. I want to catch them all. And I like having a diverse amount of Pokemon on my team. It's fine. I'm not, as you very well know, I'm not with, you know, like, this is a, excusez-moi. This is a funny, like, aspect of it, because oftentimes we will play games where it's like, oh, who's gonna win? It's gonna kind of come down to who hits a certain thing first. I'm not winning. Just based on the size of our games.
Yeah.
So
our original matchup on the first episode of Link Cable was not the most well thought out, but also we had much fewer games to work with back then.
And we also had never done this before.
Yeah. Nowadays, I try very hard to design each season to have a theme and be fun for both parties.
Thunderbolt. What do I want to get rid of?
I've been teleported to the land of darkness.
I feel like conversion is not particularly important.
Probably not, yeah. Ha! I'm
So
locked the fuck in.
I'm on my bicycle. It's $50 for a child's ticket. Yeah. What happened?
Just the perfect timing of, I'm locked the fuck in. I'm on my bicycle. Yippee!
I'm on my bicycle. Yeah.
God,
Like
that's
kind of the
fucking
vibe.
funny.
I feel like that is the vibe of Link. And because sometimes I'm the one who's like, I'm locked in, and you're like, I'm on my bike.
Yeah. I'm having a fun time.
I can't imagine what it must have been like. I have to ask my grandma what it was like to watch man land on the moon.
Oh yeah, you're
he
at
was like,
that museum.
Yeah. I'm done.
Man landed on the moon in order to prove that America was better than the Soviet Union at space.
And since then, everything has been going great, and there are no problems whatsoever.
Even though the Soviet Union already went to space by that point, like 3 times. I will always find it
Honestly,
very funny.
we just need to go back to the moon. That'll fix all our problems.
I'm pretty sure the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, promised that we would go back to the moon.
Oh.
Back in 2017, and it didn't happen.
Well,
I wonder why.
know, the art of the deal.
I do think there's a chapter in the art of the deal called promise to do something completely...
Do something and then don't.
Promise to do something stupid and entirely symbolic that will have no real impact, and then don't even do that.
Shoot for the moon, parentheses, but not actually.
Shoot for the moon, but don't try that hard.
Wow, this is the first time that I am matching with a bug catcher who actually has a bug Pokemon.
Nice. I also love how you described it as matching with a bug catcher, as if you are perhaps doing Pokemon battles via Tinder.
Well, what would you? I'm battling. We're
Good
in
job.
a match. We're in a. It's like a cage match. I think.
I don't think Pokemon battles are like cage matches.
They're like animal fights.
If you can use Mega Drain, that might be pretty good. I just got you Mega Drain.
Oh yeah, do I have any? I don't know. Maybe Tentacool can learn Mega Drain. I love this Jigglypuff sprite because it looks like a man in a suit.
It's very mascot costume. It's sort of just like staring blankly ahead.
I want to play more old Pokemon.
Do it.
Or not old Pokemon. Like I want to play like X and Y again.
Okay, yeah, that's not old.
It's old. I mean, it's not as old as Black and White, but it's old. I don't know. I've just been feeling nostalgic for specifically X and Y.
I'm not sure I would describe anything but the first 2 generations as old Pokemon. Maybe I would include RSE in old Pokemon, but even then I'm not sure.
I just need a lot of money because I need to get a passport and new glasses and a haircut and a 3DS that I can mod. Because did you know that it's really easy to mod your 3DS?
Yes, I did know this. I have a modded 3DS. I wish I had a modded 3DS. New Nintendo 3DS XL is what I really want.
Well, when you get that, you can send me your modded 3DS.
I could. I'm not entirely certain if I would, because, I mean, the 3DS that I have was like a launch day 3DS.
Oh, yeah.
That's got some value to me.
It is 12 years old, yeah.
I have a system, okay? I have particular categories in my mind as what counts as old, what counts as vintage, and what counts as retro. I don't think anyone else subscribes to my particular theory of how these words should be used, but I have very clear distinctions in my mind.
I think I misspoke, and I would consider X and Y to be within the new generation of Pokemon games.
Yeah.
However, we've learned that you have theories and categories that don't often align with other people. So
That's my entire personality, is that I have theories and categories. And they're calling it autism.
Autism. Yeah, I've heard.
They're calling it autism spectrum disorder.
It's funny because there's few people in my life who I joke about having autism with. Well, that's not true, actually. I do make those jokes more frequently now that I'm a little more sure. But I was talking to my dad the other day, and we were just like kind of like shooting the shit about like what if there was a draft. And I was like, I would be good. And my dad was like, yeah, no, you'd be fine. And I was like, and if there was any sense that I wouldn't be fine, like if they tried to say like, oh, you're smart, go to the whatever, I just put me in front of an autism doctor and I'll be fine. And they'll be like, all right, well.
Yep, we can't have one of these folks defending our democracy.
But for now, I am I do not have that diagnosis, so I do not directly identify with it. I'm just neurodivergent and severely ADHD.
I was denied a diagnosis for the most bullshit reason imaginable, and so being denied the diagnosis for autism spectrum made me more confident that I am autistic.
Yeah, now you can just say that you're trans and you're out. I love that I've just add the permitted term, you're trans.
Damn.
It's like something, it's like, hey, guess what, motherfucker? Fingers in and you're trans. Like, it's like, who?
Someone started adding some very particular phrases to Twitch Automod.
Yeah, exactly. I have no interest in getting a diagnosis. And I'm very fortunate that I've still been able to get all of the accommodations I need for my disability without having an autism diagnosis. Stop! Don't say fingers in your trans, because now I have to allow the term.
I did it. I got it for you. I've given you an HP up item.
Thank you. Kanye West, he likes fingers in your trans.
I don't want...
Yeah, maybe
I don't want to
put
like
Kanye
any
in
of the things that Kanye West likes, really.
That's true.
I'm not interested in having things in common with him.
Who has Kanye West? Who's like a fun 3-syllable, unproblematic...
Well, you've lost me there. I don't know anyone unproblematic, sorry.
Pokemon they like.
The Pokemon like fingers in the...
David Blaine he likes. Fingers in his trans.
I don't think I can say David Blaine is unproblematic. Didn't he literally steal the Empire State Building?
I don't even know what specifically you're responding to with Jesus, Mish. I forgot what Pokemon they said they were bringing out, so I'm just bringing my... Oh yeah, I'll whack the shit out of him. No, I love not having to work like a super normal person job. I do sometimes have to be a normal person, but I've not had to mask much, and it's been such a blessing, and I don't think I could ever go back.
Wow.
If I have to go to like a normal 9-to-5 job, I will make everybody there uncomfortable, and it will be great.
I've been having conversations with my therapist about difficulties that I have understanding how masking works for me.
Talk about problematic stuff. No, I won't talk about problematic stuff specifically. I did work with normies like within the last couple of years, and I definitely like, I don't know, it just didn't, I don't know.
I love talking about problems.
Yeah. I will say,
Dr. Teflon says, talking about problematic stuff, my partner absolutely loves South Park, and even after 11 years, I still struggle to come to terms with that.
I guess it's also, like, a tough thing, too, because, like, I know that show's also older, so it's like some people have, like, that nostalgia factor for it. But if they're like, no, I think every joke they've ever told is funny, then that's a different story. But I do understand, like, the aspect of the nostalgia factor a little bit.
I feel like I could probably be chill with someone who's like, yeah, it's kind of trash, but it's funny in the way that trash is sometimes.
Yeah, and it's my
I would
comfort
not
show.
be able to be regular about someone who is like, no, I think Matt Stone and Trey Parker are political geniuses. Is it Matt Stone and Trey Parker, or is it Matt Parker and Trey Stone?
I think you got it right the first time.
Okay.
Shout out to Surf. Yeah, it's like I like South Park, but I don't think the show is a masterpiece. It's like I like to watch some trash because it's trash. And again, like, nostalgia factors is very relevant when it comes to some of those things. Because at the end of the day, like, there's a lot going on there. And it's a show that's been going for an extended period of time.
You know what I think there's an element of that I'm just now sort of identifying in my brain?
Mankey, remember Mankey?
Wow.
Hashtag do the dinky.
Donkey got Mankey, hashtag do the dinky.
Do the dinky.
From the show that we did.
Yeah, what was the context of that? You'll never know, and it's not because it's secretive, it's because I don't remember.
How do you not remember? Also, how have you not figured it out? Your rival's name is Donkey.
Oh, that's right.
And your name is Dinky.
I forgot that my rival's name was Donkey.
I think there's...
Oh yeah, listen, I'm interested in the social sciences that stem from reality competition shows, as you well know. I couldn't do Lower Decks. I tried, which is the reality show where they like all live on a boat.
I thought Lower Decks was that Star Wars animated show.
Oh, it is. What's the one called? It's something Decks.
Below Decks, maybe?
Deck, yeah. I don't know. Whatever it was, I couldn't do it. But I did like Kate when she was on the show The Traders. Do you want me to explain the plot of The Traders again?
No, not particularly.
Okay. Sweet Life on Deck. Yes, that one.
Sweet Life on Deck for sure. I did not like Sweet Life on Deck. I was a big Zack and Cody head. Did not like On Deck.
I was mid on it. I think that was when I was like reaching the age of like, you know, when you're a child and anything is on the television is good because it's on the television. I think I was like, Sweet Life on Deck was when I was starting to like acknowledge that television shows could be bad.
Yeah, that sounds about right for both of us.
Because I remember they made like a really bad fat joke, and I was like, this is just like not even a little funny. Like, this is kind of pathetic.
God. Trying to watch children's entertainment and then realizing how much of it is low effort fat jokes really makes it difficult.
Well, see, the thing is, and the shows that have stuck with me, the shows that I still like think back on positively and have like good connotations with, there were shows that my dad was very explicit, like, I will watch these shows with you. He like made a list of the shows that he liked, and it is the ones that he liked are for the most part the ones that I like still look back on nostalgically. I loved Fairly Odd Parents. My dad was not a fan. He would sometimes sit through an episode, was not a fan. My dad was a big Phineas and Ferb and Wizards of Waverly Place fan, and those are my like top two shows from childhood, which shaped the way that I consume media and the way that my brain works.
I am about to do a Phineas and Ferb rewatch.
As you should. I was doing for a while before, because now they have like the new season coming out, which I'll watch at some point. I also like Jimmy Neutron because, and also I feel like everybody's. Here's one of my theories. Finally, everybody talking about your television taste as a child, especially stuff when you were in. Well, it depends also on your age. So, I mean, one of my big takes is, as you very well know, is I always get a little salty when people are like, "Oh, you were born in this year? You don't even know what it's like to have a dial-up internet connection." And it's like,
generations are fake.
Generations are fake first and foremost, and
for
it's
many
also a wealth.
reasons.
Yeah, but it's also a wealth thing because it's not implied that you would be able to have access to high-speed internet at the same time as everybody else.
Literally.
The same as color television. It's not a like 2006 hit. The iPhone came out and everybody got an iPhone. It was like, no.
It's everyone in your fucking rich suburb got an iPhone.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a lot of people got there, at least where I am and where I was, like, people got there by like 2010, 2011 because the iPhone had been out long enough that they were selling cheaper versions of it because, as you know, technology proliferates and theoretically should get cheaper and easier to produce as time goes on, but looks at anyway,
$1,200 smartphones.
Should, yeah, based on a principle that we were following for a while and are no longer following. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, a lot of people's television tastes genuinely depends on when they were allowed to watch television. Especially prior to like VOD, like TiVo came out when I like I had one friend with TiVo when I was in elementary school, and we would watch like Adventure Time, but I wasn't watching Adventure Time other than that. But like, I think it genuinely, like, a lot of it depended on obviously like what you were allowed to watch, but also when you watched TV, because you would just put on the Disney Channel, and if you were a kid who was like like your parents had a rule about like you couldn't watch TV too late versus you had a rule about you couldn't watch TV too soon after school. Like I'm nodding. Yeah, so it's like, I was also a Jimmy Neutron fan. Would I have been one if it wasn't on at a certain time when I was allowed to watch television? Maybe not.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's like, one of the things that we learned about in college as media graduates.
Yeah.
We grew up, I guess, on the tail end of the true mass communication age.
Yeah.
People talk about broadcast
monoculture.
TV and, monoculture. Broadcast TV and broadcast radio as turning the world into, oh my god, everyone is watching what was on TV last night, so everyone has similar cultural touchstones, and that's dead now. Now.
I was having a conversation with somebody, I'm obviously not going to give a ton of details of exactly, like, what the context was because I made a promise to this person. They had made art for a certain franchise. for a certain creator. And it is a franchise that I enjoy. How big can I be? No, I'm not gonna be as big. It was somebody made like a Pokemon thing that I really liked. And I was like, dude, this Pokemon art you made is awesome. And he was like, oh yeah, well, I can't really say anything, but it's for a big YouTuber who plays Pokemon.
Huh.
And I was like, oh, that's really cool. And we were talking more about it, and I was like, oh, can we guess? And he was like, oh yeah, I guess. And we were kind of playing a little guessing game. I was naming a couple of YouTubers and stuff. And it was none of them. And he named this YouTuber, and I was like, I don't know who that is. And they were like, he's a really famous Pokemon YouTuber. And then I looked him up, and it was like, oh yeah, well, yeah, he does have 2 million subscribers. But if you were to look at my preferences or make an assumption of what I liked based on my stuff, obviously Pokemon would be on there. I watch a lot of pack opening videos. I've played the games. I like the memes, and so it's just so crazy that even though this person likes the same video game that I do and makes content for that video game and has millions of subscribers, I just missed it, because of the way that the internet is.
Yeah. Monoculture is over. And I think YouTube is the example to go to, because it's such a big meme that...
There was a YouTube monoculture for a period of time.
When YouTube was primarily run by person-to-person sharing of videos rather than the recommended algorithm there was. But the purpose of recommendation algorithms is to get tailor-made content per individual rather than to foster any sense of community. So, I would say most of us, and by us I mean people in our general demographic and social circles, did not know who Mr. Beast was until a few years ago, when he had millions and millions of subscribers.
And see, that's where it gets a little bit funny, because it's no, I knew who Mr. Beast was because I worked with children. And so when everybody else was just learning who he was, I had been explained who he was to me multiple times by children who were his prime audience, who were the ones explain, you know what I mean? I was aware well before a lot of other people, because I had general, I don't know, I had access to the minds of the younger generation. I was able to be so what are y'all about?
And Mr. Beast represents statistically the thing that could best be described as YouTube's monoculture. But people who grew up, a decade or two ago, even those who used YouTube all the time, have no awareness of the biggest thing on YouTube. Because even knowing that statistically this is the biggest thing on YouTube that the most number of people have seen, does not turn it into an actual monoculture, cultural touch point. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, another aspect of that is, I don't know, there's something a little crazy. Obviously, there have been human mascots throughout our childhood and other people's childhoods too, right? I think of a Mr. Rogers, or
Sure.
Steve from Blue's Clues. There have been men who are God, you know what I mean? It's not just cartoon characters. There are genuine people who have been on our screens. But I will never forget personally having to explain to, or rather, when we're talking about that kind of dynamic of my experience with children, I had a very interesting experience with a particular kid who was oh, my dream is to go to North Carolina. And I was like, oh, like, why is it your dream to go there? Is it a sports thing? And he was like, well, when I get off the plane, Mr. Beast is gonna be there.
Why? Why would Mr. Beast be there?
Because that's where he lives, and he's gonna get up when he gets off the plane. He's gonna give him $1 million because he gives people money. And he was 5. And so it's like a weird thing also to be like, okay, how do you do this dynamic of like, I don't want to crush your little child dreams. And it's important to have these like imaginary things, like, you know, kids thinking the princesses are real and stuff. But this is just a guy who's not being limited by a network in any capacity. Like, he could just do whatever he wants. So that was an interesting kind of dynamic to play. If you're curious how I, as an individual, also I'm just about done. I'm ready to start head into closure.
I'm heading into the final boss room, is what
Perfect.
I'm doing. So we're gonna find out if I can survive the big boss.
Is that the final boss of the game?
Yeah.
What? Well, I guess I'll keep playing then. But anyway, if you're curious how I handled it as somebody who works with children, I essentially just spoke about the fact that Mr. Beast is probably very busy.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, and there's a chance that he would not be there when you were there. And I was also like, you know, he travels too. So, you know, it wasn't a direct, like, that's not gonna happen. And it also wasn't a like, yeah, and that will definitely happen. It was like, oh, well, you know, he does travel and he probably is going to be doing a lot of different things. So it might not happen right away. Because then, you know, that's his parents' job to kind of do the rest. Yeah, of my friends, only one has children, the rest opted for cats and dogs. It's the better financial decision.
I think it's the better emotional and mental decision. I don't like kids.
I do, and that's like one of the major differences between us. And I say I like working with kids, because I also did not have a ton of like. I had some positive role models outside of my parents, but not a lot, you know. And the ones that I did have were very impactful to me. And so I think it's important for kids to see people like me thriving and also treating them like humans.
Damn, I kind of got this guy against the wall there. I pulled
Kind
a
of
Zelda
literally.
2 on his ass.
Well, I kind of want to keep playing Pokemon, but if you beat the whole game already...
Let's find out. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to beat his second phase. Oh shit!
That's fine with me, because I
Whoa!
want to keep playing Pokemon.
I died. Nope, death defy. I defied your death! Fuck you! I died again. Okay. I got slain by the fountain.
Alright, well, I'm fine to just call it.
Yeah, it's 8 o'clock. I gotta go take
Yeah.
my estrogen.
Yeah, I also, patience is a very big skill with kids, and it's something that I've had to work on a lot. And again, I also think it's because, like, when I was a kid, I needed people to have a lot of patience with me, and they didn't. So it's like, you know, hey. It's kind of cool that now that I'm an adult with, like, more skills, I can be patient.
Let's re-roll my
Yeah.
children here, just sort of. Alright. Let's get you some items, huh? Got this one. I've got a ton of money from having cleared out half
Hell
the
yeah.
game at once.
I somehow got a toilet seat stuck on my head when I was a kid. It happens.
Does it?
Yeah, surprisingly. Well, I mean, I don't know. It's the child's brain. You know, and even the adult brain. Sometimes you think I can fit between two objects, and you're pretty confident you can, and then you can't. So.
I would like to have a sprint rune.
My parents bought a new toilet seat and they were going to install it, and I was like, okay, but what if instead I put this on my head? Reasonable.
Uh-huh.
Enough people were mean to me when I was a kid that I like to be nice to kids.
I like to not be around kids.
I'd like to be getting ready for tomorrow and finishing up this fun episode of Link Cable so that we can play more next week.
So, folks, we've got another episode of this. Well, I don't know why my model decided to stop working. I can apparently look around, but
which is creepy as fuck.
My microphone isn't working, apparently. Hello?
It's shy.
Ancient free orange.
I'm so shy.
Yeah, hide behind your panel.
Yeah, my panel where I can fix things. We'll do another episode of this Link Cable 1.0. Fuck you for telling me to spin the wheel. And then we'll go forward boldly into a shared future. And one day, Link Cable will be the new monoculture.
That sounds miserable. I like to leave my house.
Everyone will know my name. And people will worship at graven images of me.
Yep. And I will be far away from all that.
I will be sad if I have to do Link Cable with a different co-host.
Well, let's just hope that people don't worship you at your feet then. Anyway, the cereal, this squishy Kirby that I have in my hand is YN202 11. Do with that what you will.
Okay. Well,
Says it on Kirby's butt.
I've muted you so that that secret information cannot get out. I muted you so that you couldn't, just so that you couldn't say that, and then unmuted you. Okay. That's not information that we are at liberty to give to the general public.
Okay.
Thanks for coming to Link Cable, everybody.
See you next week.
As we always say on Link Cable. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.